Hello Internet, Diamond here. This is a little bit of a different video that I'm doing right now. I'm actually recording the commentary separate from the gameplay, and if you're interested in what the game is that's going on right now, that is Krunker.io. It's a browser first-person shooter game. It can be played on a client though, you can download that. But today I'm going to be talking about my experience with orientation at school and it almost being my first day of school. So I basically got like one more day left until school starts. So let me just give you a little bit of a background about my education. So I went to a normal public school for a while until I was in 4th grade basically. And then I did homeschool for a long time. And then I went to what's called a Montessori school. I can't tell you which one I went to, obviously, because there are literally hundreds of those out there in the world right now. I don't even know how many there are, but it's a lot. But I started hating it in 7th grade. Yeah, I really hated my Montessori school when I was in, 7th grade, because it was just so much busy work. It was basically public school, that's all I'm gonna say. But I did virtual school for a long time, and I'm still doing a little bit of that now. Can't tell you which virtual school it is, obviously. I mean, I don't know how many of those are out there in the world right now, but there's gotta be quite a few. But now, I'm actually going to a different school, and it's a little bit different from your typical brick-and-mortar schools. For one thing, you get out at around 12:15 as opposed to the normal 3 o'clock or whatever they have at normal schools these days. Some people at some schools actually get out at 5 o'clock or something insane like that. I don't even know. But yeah. So I attended orientation today, which was supposed to be from 3 to 5, and we arrived at basically 3 o'clock sharp. But I didn't really stay for that long. They basically introduced some of the staff members and the faculty and all of that, and they talked about some of their programs that they had available, and the pickup and drop-off schedule and other fun things, And then after that, we just kind of got a chance to, socialize a little bit with the other students and the parents that arrived at orientation. There were a lot of students and parents, and they basically explained how the school was kind of laid out, because they had recently moved out of their previous property into another property. Obviously, I can't tell you where that is, but they basically moved to another property, and they were working on getting all of that set up, and there was this covered walkway that they were working on, but it wasn't fully constructed yet, so they told us just to enter through the back door on the actual first day of school. So after that whole talk and presentation was through, I actually didn't really stay for that long, but I actually just went with my dad, and I grabbed what they call the student handbook, which has a whole bunch of cool reference materials and a legal contract, basically. Not a legal contract necessarily, but I guess a code of conduct that you and your parent has to sign that lets you know their expectations and basically the rules and everything that goes on. And then my novel that I'm going to be reading for literature, that is To Kill a Mockingbird. But guess what? I already read it. I read it way before they even assigned it to me at that new school. In fact, I actually read it at my previous school. So, yeah. And you have to write a paper for it, apparently, so yeah. I've got an advantage. I can just hit the ground running with my paper, you know what I'm saying? But, anyway, I basically just grabbed my stuff, we bought our stuff, yeah, you had to pay for it at the school, and we left. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, I did get to meet a few new faces. 2 of my friends are actually going to that school. One of them you might know, Red Leader 895. He appears in a few of my videos. If you're an old fan of mine, then you probably know him. Probably don't. Not sure. But the other one, you definitely don't know because she hasn't been in any of my videos yet. But yeah, that's basically my experience with orientation. It wasn't that long, but I have a feeling I'm going to like the school. And I actually did shadow there before they had fully moved out of their new property. Their old property, I'm sorry. And they basically just gave me an idea of what a normal day at school would be like. And I was kind of like confused on what to do and where to go and all that. But I mean, that's normal for the first day. So with that said, I've actually got a bit of advice for those of you who have just started school or are starting school right now. And here's my first tip. Go to bed early. It's that simple, alright? Don't be like me. Don't stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning playing Fortnite or whatever. I mean, who wants to play Fortnite these days? With all the mechs and stuff. Who wants to play Fortnite? Unless you do. I'm not saying you shouldn't play Fortnite, but either way, just don't play video games or do anything until 3 o'clock in the morning, because you probably have to, like, wake up pretty early and be at school by, like, 8 o'clock or whatever. I live kind of close to my school, but I mean, I still gotta, like, get up early. So. And another tip is, if you feel like you don't know any of the people at your school, and you don't know anything about how it all works, that's okay. Just feel free to get to know people and ask questions, and, you know, just be yourself, because the first day is really just all about learning what your new school is basically gonna be like, and basically just try to talk to people and ask questions. That's really all you need to do on the first day, because the first day isn't going to be as stressful as, say, the middle of the year or the last day, or when you're basically wrapping up the entire school year. In my opinion, when you're wrapping up the entire school year, that's when everything gets so stressful, because all of this, all these projects, all this work, it just kind of accumulates, and you just don't even know what to do about it. It just kind of builds up on you, and it gets pretty stressful. Another thing is, if you're feeling stressed out about school in general, just remember to take a few deep breaths. That deep breath that I just took went a long way towards calming me down. And even just doing one breath, 1 or 2 of those, will really help you if you're in like a stressful situation where, say, you haven't studied for the test, which, whether that's on you or if it's for a legitimate reason, you're gonna be stressed out about that. So just take a breather and just let everything happen, and, you know, just go with the flow. That's really all I have to say. But if you have any good advice on how to survive school, just let me know in the comments, alright? I really need intel on how to survive school, because, like, it's just hard, man. I don't know if it's just me being lazy, or if it's just our terrible education system in America, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my first ever Prinker.io commentary. This is probably gonna be terrible, but I mean... Anyways, this has been Diamond, getting nervous/excited over his first day back at school, and I will see you guys later. Take care, everybody.